Welcome back. Okay, so I gave you a bit of time. I hope when you're watching this, I will see your answers down there. So now, back to the book. Okay, here's where it gets good. After they do that, Gus tells her that he's dying. And honestly, that is the most touching moment in the book. And then they go home, and he starts deteriorating. He goes from, I'm on the roller coaster only going up, to being almost fully comatose. And then eventually dies. I mean, he goes through weeks and weeks and weeks, and then he dies. Honestly, when I read that part, I was dying reading it. I wanted to run to wherever John Green was at that moment and punch him in the face for doing that. I sympathized with the characters. I didn't want him to die. Honestly, I thought Hazel was going to die or something. But Gus... Yeah. Give me a second. Okay, now, after he dies, what Hazel does is she goes she goes to his funeral, and the dick author shows up. The dick author shows up, and he's like, yeah, and he's completely fucking wasted, and I'm not joking. So anyway, she's trying to find out, because there's a notebook that had a few pages ripped out, and that written something for Hazel, that Gus has written something for Hazel. So she goes in the search to find it, and talking to her friends, she figures out that he sent it to the Dick author, Peter Van Houten. But I'm still calling him Dick author. So she calls his assistant, who's no longer his assistant, but I'm still calling her the assistant, to go to his house and find it. And she does, and it turns out he had written something. He had written a letter to him, and this is how it sounds. I'm a good person, but a shitty writer. You're a shitty person, but a good writer. We'd make a great team. I don't want to ask you any favors if you have time. When I saw you have a lot of it. I was wondering if you could write a eulogy for Hazel. And he writes it. So, this is what he says. We were like a bunch of destroying firemen. We poisoned the groundwater with a toxic piss and working everything minor, ridiculous attempt to survive our dose. Hazel is different. She walks slightly, old man. She walks slightly upon the earth. She knows the truth. And then, after my PET scan lit up, I snuck into the ICU and saw her when she was unconscious. And, he sat with her in the hospital when she had the cancer scabies. But she didn't know that. And then, here's how the book ends. It's, at the end, it's like, I don't get choices, old man, but if you do have some say in her, I like my choice, I hope she likes hers. And this is how it ends. I do, Augustus. I do. And it's over.